As long as he doesn't cut out any of the anal seepage.
He might.
He's going to be like, say anal seepage one more time, and I'll be like, anal seepage.
You're listening to Those Dram Yinzers with your hosts, Jon and Zack.
Hey everyone, I'm Jon.
And I'm Zack.
And welcome to Those Dram Yinzers, where we drink whiskey
And talk about it.
For everything Those Dram Yinzers, be sure to visit thosedramyinzers.com. You can find our social media links, our Patreon page, the order form for our hats, and the link to Zach's favorite website.
Oh, why, John, are you talking about dramit.threadless.com?
Why, yes, I am.
Oh, it's a one-stop shop for all of your favorite swag from your favorite podcasters. Would highly recommend you go check it out, buy some stuff, help us support our kids through college.
If you're interested in sponsoring the show, would like us to do an ad for your product, would like us to try your product on the show, send us a DM or an email. Let's take a minute to talk about Frost Buddy. It's a great way to support the show while also getting something for yourself in return. It's the best all-in-one koozie you can ever have. Their Universal Buddy fits 4 different types of bottles and cans and can even turn into a full-on drink container with their additional lid. Use the link in our bio to check it out for yourselves. And if you buy something through our link, Frost Buddy will send us part of the sale. Again, great way to support the show and get something for yourself in return. Before we begin, we have one more thing to talk about. The Ellwood City Wine and Bourbon Walk is coming back for another year. The second annual. So again, in Ellwood, which is mine and T's hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Mother's Day weekend again, May 11th. It's a Saturday.
Ease.
From 12 to 4. Here's the best part. $25 if you buy now. $35 at the door. So you save $10 by buying it before the day of.
There you go.
So that's huge. And there's 14 vendors. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people last year, and you can listen to our audio and everything like that. They had a blast. And think about it, you getting, and they were all pouring 1 or 2 things apiece. So
Oh, yeah.
you could if you hit all of them, you could look at least 28 samples if you hit 2 at each spot.
Oh, yeah. No, it more than pays for itself.
And the biggest thing that they didn't have last year, which again, fantastic job on their first year, was enough food. There was that one food truck there, but that was for something else. It just kind of happened to be lucky that it was the same day.
Yeah.
So they're actually going to have, I don't know which ones yet, but they're going to have food trucks.
That's excellent.
Throughout the walk as well, which will be huge. And, then you can try more because you have food in your tummy.
Darn tootin', Sir Isaac Newton.
We will link the event page, the link to buy the tickets, if you want to go, in the show notes, and then I'll also add it in our bio on all our social medias. So you can click and save $10 by buying early.
What?
We sold 200 tickets last year.
That's legit.
Or over 200 tickets last year.
That's what's up.
Yeah, for first year.
Oh,
and
heck yeah.
I mean, we were walking around it was pretty busy.
Yeah, no, there was
it's
always somebody else in there.
It's like 3-4 blocks, if they use the same businesses again. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. Be on the lookout for our social media posts. We are doing all the promotion for it. There is an event page on Facebook if you like to use that as a nice reminder of this is coming up. But so again, that's May 11th. $25 ahead of time, $35 day of, from 12 to 4, 14 vendors, plus food trucks. I mean, you got to pay for the food, plus food trucks. And it should be a good time. I'm excited. I'm going to be sad. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be home that weekend. But Zach and T are going to man the station.
Battle stations. Dad's gone, so he's going to have to just
Cross my fingers and pray.
He's just going to have to deal with whatever we put out there. I'm just going to make fart noises for 2 hours.
Whatever. If we can't use it, we can't use it.
I'm 35, ladies and gentlemen.
No.
Father of 2.
I'm going to be 38 this year. I don't like that.
You look so much younger.
Thanks.
Don't look a day over 35.
Thanks. All right. So today, on this episode, Zach, you're back since Christmas.
I know. Oh, my goodness.
And I think what we're going to do, and it's my fault, I did not update everybody. I was just really bad at social media for a while, is because December is just so crazy in general, like for life, for your work, you know, and then because we're doing the Advent calendar, which is just insanity, fun insanity, but it's still insanity. We took January off. Like we just said January's off. Like, we're not doing anything in January. We're taking that off. Time to just kind of
recharge.
Yeah.
Get ready for the new year.
So we'll probably do that every year. So just be aware moving forward. We are taking January off. And then just life got in the way.
Working dads and
things came up that just pushed each one of our days to record back. So, you know, while Spirits of the Berg, which was episode 90, by the way.
That's ridiculous.
So this is episode 91. We are on countdown to 100
that's
at
so
this
exciting.
point.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
We'll have to plan something big.
Yeah, we will.
So, you know, while Spirits of the Berg was the first one that came out, it was basically the end of February, literally the second to last day of February, for the leap year at least. And now this one's coming out, you know, in March sometime. We're back. We're going to be rolling. You know, we have some really cool things planned, making some new connections. If you watched our social media, I was at Iron City Distilling for Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends Share, and got to meet a lot of really cool people over there. Matt and his team are just, God, their knowledge of what they're doing and their craft, like they care. Not that, I mean, you would hope anyone that opens a distillery cares, but like him and his crew have such a massive resume of working with other like major distillers and other craft distillers and whatnot. And the one, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but he was working for Watershed Distilling in Columbus for like a year or so, or however long. Like I think it was like a year. And then he came up here and started working with Matt. Before he was at Watershed, he was living in Scotland getting his master's.
Living my dream.
So, I mean, and we got to try. Now, their stuff isn't quite a year old yet. They just started making their own distill last year.
Yeah.
If you went to like the soft opening thing, they had some, but it was like made. It was their stuff, like, but made somewhere else. Like he went and anyway. Long story short, their first distillate is just under a year old, and we tried the whiskey or the bourbon and the rye. The rye was fantastic.
Ooh,
I mean, it was young. Like I wasn't expecting a lot,
right,
for it being so young, you know. But I'm excited to let that get some age on it.
Oh yeah,
and they have a massive amount of space for barrels too. So
that's great.
But yeah, you know, and just super knowledgeable. Was a really good time. Looking forward to doing some collabs with them. I said, you know, you guys are owned by literally Pittsburgh's beer.
Yep, I mean they've
Right, Pittsburgh Brewing. It makes Iron City, Icy Light Mango, Blockhouse, and they have a couple other like craft ones that I'm blanking on the names right now. So they do other things other than the main steak. There's like, you know, Pittsburgh's beer. Hopefully, eventually Pittsburgh's whiskey needs to do stuff with Pittsburgh's whiskey podcast. I mean, come on, you know. So
think about it, makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I had a good time. So that hopefully this year we can connect with them and do some content and whatnot. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that. I was just updating on what we've been doing.
Yeah, it's been busy. Busy. Plus, like rotating doors of sickness in both households because of the kids being back in school and us being back at work and everything and all that jazz. It's just been, I swear, my family has had some sort of illness for the last 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
But hopefully that is behind us now.
And I don't know when the next guest appearance from my dad, Big John, is going to be. he's going to kill me for saying this on. Big John fell at work and shattered his elbow.
We love you, Big John.
Shattered his elbow, or as my brother calls him, Big Al. Anyway, yeah, didn't know that was a thing. The whole connection that is the elbow was just, So he is he's in his, as he calls it, his bionic arm now. He's got like the hinge cast now, but I don't know when he's going to allowed to start drinking again. So once he's got the okay from his doctor to start drinking again, we're going to definitely get him on here and
we gotta do our peanut butter taste.
Well, we still have to do that. Yes, he is still avidly waiting for that.
I haven't forgotten. I've been excited about that since we talked about it.
But anyway, so on to what tonight is about. So in November, December, like when Lisa ran her onesie drive that she does every year, I put the post on Pittsburgh Whiskey Friends in the group and decided that, you know what, I get a couple single barrels, like PWF single barrels that I know are highly sought after. I said, I'm going to offer up 2 of them. Like one, I offered up the PWF Yellowstone and the PWF Dad's Hat Pick. Up as, hey, for every packet of onesies that you donate, you had to show like a screenshot and all that stuff, you get 1 entry. So like some people bought like 3 packets. So like 3 packs of onesies. So they got like 3 entries, So I only offered it to the group, and then what was awesome was Christian from Lucky Sign. I was telling him about it. He's like, oh, here. They had just started gift cards for Lucky Sign.
Oh, right on.
And he ran one to make sure that it was working. And he did like $50. And he's like, I realized I just made myself a $50 gift card to a distillery that I own. He's like, so here, give it away. So we had 3 prizes. But anyway, one of the winners was Stephen Lee, is in the group. He chose the Yellowstone pick because I just did like a random name drawing. And when he came to pick up his bottle, he left us a little thank you note and some samples.
Thank you, Steven.
I'm gonna, Steven, no offense, buddy, but I thought I had bad handwriting. So I'm gonna read his note. He said, "Hi, John. I just want to thank you for donating this prize for such a great cause. It's really generous of you and great that you are using the generosity to benefit others. Sorry we couldn't connect. One of my favorite things about whiskey is how it creates community in Pittsburgh, which is whiskey is better with friends. Let's go. There is nothing better than sharing a pour with new friends. But it seems like you've been... I had a crazy start of the year. We don't have to get all into it, but my dad falling was one of them. I thought I would pour you a few samples. I'm still a newbie, but hopefully there are a few things you haven't had. Identifiers are on the back in case you want to do them blind. But we hail from Austin, Texas. So the Midwest. So the Midwest, so that's a clue. Best, Steven." I thought it was really nice. He gave us 3 samples and decent. I've never seen sample bottles like this.
No, they're super cool.
Like test tubes kind of thing. But yeah, as soon as I saw that that's what he left us, I was like, well, guess what? This is what we're doing on the show.
Showtime.
Now, Zach, you want to stay blind? I peeked. I didn't realize that they were.
Yeah, I'll stay blind. I won't know what the brand is, but I can at least try to figure out the type.
But it's got like a wine nose to it almost.
I should probably sit closer to the mic. Spicy. Or as my daughter would say when she was 4, feisty.
She get embarrassed when you bring that kind of stuff up now. Like as she's getting older, like you used to say this.
It depends on who we're with. We're with her close friends. She'll be like, "Yeah, I did." But if we're like out in public or something, and I'm like, "Remember how you would say it's spicy, mama?" She'll be like, "Shut up."
It definitely got a little bit of a spice kick, but there is like a almost like a white grape like wine aspect to it on the nose.
There definitely is. You know what it reminds me of a little bit? Gin.
Yeah.
A little bit of a pine on the palate.
It really, like, the spice factor really hits as an after effect. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I mean, all around spice, like the whole route.
Yeah.
But it really just like lingers on the back end. Hug is meh, you know.
I don't dislike it.
No, it's not.
It's kind of passive. If it wasn't for the spice,
Very much so.
yeah. If it was this, like you said, the spice is kind of the lingering factor here. I mean, the legs on this thing is like super not oily.
But I agree. Outside of the spice, it's very passive. Like, it's not overly like flavorful. That sounds like I'm saying it's bad. It's not bad. Like,
I like it actually. This would be an easy whiskey to sit down and just like
probably even be really good in like a
drink.
Like a mixed drink or something.
Yeah, and like
cocktail.
if you're just like sitting down with some friends and you're like, I just want to have a whiskey, then I'm not really gonna, I'm just gonna drink it. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm just gonna enjoy it. This would be a great one. I would keep this at my bar.
I mean, it's chilly out, so like that'd be good too for like a
Yeah, let's make a good hot toddy. I think with the spices.
Oh yeah.
I keep coming back to like, especially on the nose now. On the nose, I'm like straight up in like it. This is like if bourbon and gin had a little baby. I'm assuming this is bourbon. It tastes sweet like a bourbon. And there's absolutely zero pepper on this, so I'm assuming not a rye. I'm also guessing very young. I will say this is very, very smooth. Like you said, the hug is almost non-existent. So you could actually get in a lot of trouble with this because it would be very easy to drink because it wouldn't be telling you to slow down at all with any kind of like warning signs.
How do you want me to reveal this to you?
However the spirit moves you.
99.6 proof.
Really? No way. Is it young?
At least, well, it's a straight blank. Right, so it's at least 2. Honey on the nose, they said honey, cherries, fig, cloves, coffee.
Okay. Cloves is what I'll get.
Palate,
cloves.
Chocolate, apricot, sandalwood. I don't even know what the hell sandalwood smells. Ginger and caramel. Clove, cinnamon, molasses, orange zest, all on the finish. Obviously, this is from Texas.
Yeah.
It is from Still Austin.
Okay.
So Still, like
Still, like the still
Austin,
like
Whiskey Co.
distillery.
It's called The Artist,
Interesting.
and it's 100% rye, straight rye whiskey.
No freaking way. Are you kidding me?
No,
I was wrong on every count for
Yeah.
this. I love the bottle.
yeah, I was gonna say I figured you would enjoy the bottle. Yeah,
Bottles are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Can I see that?
Yeah, go ahead. It's a funky like. The
That's
way it
beautiful.
flips.
I love that bottle. I mean, I would honestly keep a bottle of this at my bar.
I don't hate it. I think it's different enough, and I like accruing different whiskeys, like places I haven't heard.
Yeah.
I don't know what the
I got the
price would be
I got
on
the
this.
price
but,
here for you.
Oh, you do have it?
Yeah, I found it.
You found it on their site.
Yeah.
What do they say?
50. I'd pay 35 for it.
Yeah, 30, 40 probably max. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anyone wanted to get this for me as a gift, I'd be very pleased with that. I don't know. I don't know if I'd pay 50 though.
No, but
So I like it, but because of the price point, I'm going to give it a downtown.
yeah, that's probably what I'd do as well. Yeah, that's what I would say as well. I don't hate it, but I don't think this is worth 50.
No.
Maybe 40. That or our numbers have to change because of inflation. Anyway, but
I'll pay what I can afford. I'll tell you what, when my paycheck matches inflation, then I'll up the pricing.
but anyway, I mean,
I do like it though, and the bottle's beautiful. I'd love to have the bottle on my shelf just because the bottle's beautiful.
but not a horrid. Like, again, Stephen, please, with everything we say, do not take anything personally. It's different, so I thank you because I've never heard of them. I've never had anything from them, so thank you for providing that aspect of this.
No, and I did like it. Again, it's just for me, it's priced a little high for what I get from it. Like I said, I would very happily pay $35, $40 for that. Very happily, and I'd have that at my bar. But 50 is just. I feel like when you hit 50, you're entering into another.
Well, especially because of their Still Austin's repertoire. I mean, they had a basic rye, a basic bourbon, cask strength of each, like other so like
Yeah.
But
I just feel like once you hit that $50 mark, you've entered into another tier of expectations with whiskeys.
I want a little bit more flavor.
A little more flavor. I want a little bit of a hug.
Yeah.
And I want to see a little, maybe just a little bit of an oily consistency to it, so that it coats my mouth a little bit more.
But I don't know. I mean, I could have looked up how long they've been around, but anyway.
And to your point about, could ask Rob for it. He's already my TX hookup.
He's your TX hookup right now.
And I don't know. I'm sure that Texas has got a lot of really good whiskeys.
Have you had TX blended? Do you get the burnt marshmallow, toasted marshmallow note? No, your palate is screwed.
Because the TX blended is, I'm really actually no. I have some upstairs in my bedroom.
Blended?
The blended. I can bring it down in a little bit if you want.
Oh no, I'm gonna be good for my drive home.
No, but I've only got like a third of a bottle of the blended left. So Rob, if you are listening to this, the blended, I seriously would buy like 5 bottles of the blended just to like,
Just to have it.
just to have it.
So Rob
at all
doesn't have
times.
to like.
If somebody was to say to me like, "What's your staple whiskey?" I would say TX blended. I would always want to have a TX blended at my bar, no matter where I was.
So anyway, let's move on to yellow. Because he put colored stickers on it. He says this is yellow.
And it was all yellow.
I get like a chocolate covered cherry.
Dark chocolate. I'm missing the glass. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. I'm sitting here with my eyes closed trying to smell it, and I'm like, my nose is like, I've got my mouth in the glass at that point, and I'm like, why can't I find the smell?
Not a bad first sip.
Nutty finish. Real nutty finish. Oh, the hug starts strong, peters off quickly, but then right around the middle of the chest, it flares back up again, and you get like a second hug.
It's got a nice like bite to it.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Good legs, nice viscosity.
That's just it. It's oily, but it's drying on the finish.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that like nutty like aspect. But it's still got like the like a vanilla and an oat, like the standard things you would expect. We talked about the Still Austin being a good like cold because it had that little. I would this one over that one on a cold night for sure. This one's got a little bit more to it.
Warms you up.
It's got a little bit more to it, you know, all around.
Yeah.
I do love that chocolate covered cherry. I'm not a big dark chocolate fan, but I do love that dark chocolate chocolate covered cherry note on the nose.
I love dark chocolate. I could bathe in dark chocolate. I'm not saying
by itself. No, it's just too bitter for me. But like I will like if it's done with something that really like complements it. Yes, I
dark chocolate with walnut. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of food pairings,
yeah,
you missed out.
When? Where? Why?
At the Spirits of the Berg.
Break my heart, John. Just go. Just.
So one of the vendors they have there, and I guess she does a lot of their events, like the events that like Bears of the Berg perk on, because they put on some other like random ones. Was Cupcake PGH. This is one woman makes her own cupcakes, like from scratch, everything. And when she goes to these events with them, she makes specific cupcakes for that event that deal with the theme of whatever it is. So she had 4 cupcakes that each one paired with like a different spirit. You know what I mean? Like one was like rum, whatever. There was a whiskey one, and they all had fun names to it. And so I went up and introduced myself, like we typically, we always do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. I said, I know this is going to be pretty busy. 600 people, they sold out. I know it's going to be busy, but if you can get time to steal away, we'd love to come talk to you. And I said, I took a picture of the board, because she had a board, and she was like, oh, okay, well, here, take this. And she had minis of the 4 as like a flight that she was selling. But she gave us a free mini flight.
How were they?
Try. And it was 2 per, so it was 8 cupcakes, 2 per each one, and they got better. I mean, the whiskey one was just, but I'm trying to remember what I said. My next favorite one was coffee. Oh, she did a coffee one. Oh my God, like a coffee cake.
Why?
Mm-hmm. But we I walked up to her after we ate them, and I was like, holy crap, those were good. Because T and I ate them like on mic.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was so good. She goes, I can come talk right now. No one's over here. I was like, let's go. So then she came over and she started talking about it. And that's when she was like, yeah, I do like these events for them all the time and try to But yeah. So food pairings, you missed out.
I'll be at the next one. I'm sorry.
But
please make coffee cake again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
All that aside, thoroughly enjoyed this one. I think I would rate this one better than the Still Austin. I just think this one just has just more to it, So
I don't want to guess because I was like
112 proof.
Okay, I do taste some of the proof on this. Yeah. Yes.
Stephen unknowingly hit us with another, you can't get this now. It is Starlight single barrel bourbon, finished in Oloroso casks, and it's the Boone County Bourbon Club pick. So it's a single barrel. It's a club pick.
We're not having this again.
Probably not, unless Steven has more.
Steven!
I thought you were dead.
Thought you were dead.
But yeah, I've had some Starlights before. Nothing like to write home about, but this, this was I enjoyed this one. We could probably look up price, but I don't want to be like spoiled. Be like, meh. I didn't hate it, but again, I think it would be hard to look up price because it is a club pick, so who knows? Right. And those prices are, different because you don't mark up for club costs or whatever.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, I would right now this one's in the lead. I mean, there's only 3, but I would pick this one over the Still Austin. Not upset with the Still Austin. I'm excited to try some other stuff that they have just to see what else they
Right. What else you do? What else they do?
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
I liked it. So it's weird. I liked the qualities of this one more because it was a little more of this like oily, and I'm really sorry, folks. I am so working with half of a brain right now.
I know we need to stop doing these at 9 o'clock.
I know we have to. Lunches?
Sure.
I'll just pop over to your place on my lunch break. Zach, where are you going? Don't worry about it.
I'm back. Let's do this.
I'm gonna design so many good things right now. It's gonna be insane. As soon as when did I get 4 monitors? Oh my goodness! Somebody tell Photoshop to stop moving around. I can't click the buttons. This looks so good. I made a thing in Microsoft Paint.
Oh my God, Paint.
I don't know. I'm done doing that now. Okay. I've overdone the drunk bit. Okay, so I liked here's the thing. I liked the oiliness, the hug, the coating, the body, and everything like that of the second one more. But I actually liked the flavor of the first one more. When it was okay, there's no way to say this without sounding dirty, but when the first one was in my mouth, when the first one was in my mouth, I was enjoying the flavors I was getting from that more than the flavors I was getting from the second. The problem with the first one was as soon as I swallowed it, the flavor was gone.
It was very.
It was
quick.
it was like the way I can compare it, it doesn't taste anything like this, but it's like the flavor experience you get with a juicy fruit. It's like
not fruit stripe
or fruit stripe, either one. No, there's the zebra.
stripe.
It's that you take 3 bites and you're like, this is the best thing ever, and now I'm just chewing on a rubber ball. So for me, they're both a downtown because I liked the flavor of one better. I liked the everything else about the second one better, and I don't know the price point on the second and the price point.
Well,
on the
I
first
mean,
is
really,
high.
with what it is, downtown's really your only option.
Yeah, because you're not going to
So
get it
like,
anywhere.
if I saw like, a bar, and I was like, oh, they had this like a club pick at a bar. Yeah, let me try it. Like, cool.
Oh, I'd
Let me
always
see how that club thinks. Thinks of Singapore. Kind of.
Right.
But because I don't know if everybody has the same philosophy that I have when it comes to single barrels picks.
Right.
Is that they should be vastly different
Yeah.
than the standard offering of whatever that is. You know what I mean?
I agree. Well, it's... Never mind. I can't talk about it yet. It hasn't come out yet.
What?
The
Yours?
Yeah.
They're sold already. They already sold them.
No, I know. I bought 2 bottles.
Yeah.
I just need to know when I can pick them up.
I don't know who your person is out here.
Yeah. No, I've got the list. I'm gonna text Aaron.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep up on the
We're talking about the Liberty Pole pick
Yeah.
that the group did.
I've been trying to keep up on the Facebook Messenger group for that one. He just got the labels like last week. The stickers for the labels like last week. So
I mean, the Discord?
no, on Facebook Messenger.
Oh, I'm not in that.
There's a group chat called "Give Me Liberty Pole" or "Give Me Death."
Oh, it's probably just like you guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because you're in the Discord thing as well.
Yeah. I haven't been on Discord in an age.
I know he keeps tagging you. I was just gonna be like, stop tagging him.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Aaron. I'm like, it's so bad. Like I remember when like Facebook came out and stuff. I was like, oh, I love social media. This is great.
Oh.
When Instagram came out, this is so great. I never really got into Twitter because I was like, I can't think of anything witty in 140 characters.
Kuiper commented on one of our posts, and he was like, "I miss Zach. Tell Zach to come back. I miss him telling me to vaccinate my youths."
I forgot about that. I forgot I told people to vaccinate their youths.
And we don't need to get on a rabbit hole. So,
All I have to say,
what color is this? Green.
I don't know. I'm almost done with social media. I'm so
If
tired.
it wasn't for the podcast and the group, I don't think I'd care.
Like, honestly, like, here's the thing. People can be like, find me on Stitchamagoo, and I'd be like, I'm not going to find you on Stitchamagoo. Like, you can find me on Instagram.
Oh, it's really interesting at these events when
And that's
people
it.
come up that, like, for some reason don't know what podcasts are.
Yeah.
We get the weirdest questions from people at those events. I'm just like, what? Like, I just look at them like, what? Like, what are you asking me? I love what's your favorite whiskey? I don't know. Who's your favorite kid? Wait, stop. Like,
it depends entirely on
like
my
where
mood.
I'm like, well, what you want to clarify that question some more? I got asked it so much at the Spirits, and I was like, can you want to expand upon that? Because that's a major like it's kind of a loaded question. And I was like, overall, or like, where should you go that you haven't gone to here yet? And they're like, yeah, that one. Then why didn't you say that? Hey, what booth should I go to? Here's where I've been. That would be an appropriate question. And for crying out loud, I am buying black duct tape and freaking yellow like paint markers and covering up freaking bourbon on our banner. Now, we've changed it to whiskey.
Right.
So it needs changed anyway, and that's
Right.
just cheaper than buying a whole new sign. and covering up the word bourbon.
So
and
do you
writing
guys only
whiskey
talk
on it.
about bourbon?
Oh my god! So you guys don't like any other whiskey other than bourbon? It's catchy,
Yeah.
and when we started, it was only bourbon.
It was only bourbon. We didn't know what we were doing.
Like,
I still barely know what I'm
oh
doing.
my god! It's just, I mean, I like the engagement and getting, but sometimes I'm just like, can you leave now?
Yeah, there are some people you meet and you're like, this is your first time out of the house, isn't it?
You don't talk to people normally, do you?
No.
Oh God, we had two guests like sit down, like attendees sit down and talk on the mic, and it went well. But it was funny because they were like calling themselves out, like, "Yeah, we're taters. We're only looking for," and I was like, "We ain't gonna find that here, but this is all local stuff." They were fun, but they were making fun of themselves. Like it was a good time, and then I sent them to. They hadn't been to Lucky Sign's table yet, and I was like, "Oh, go that." I said, "Tell them that like we sent you over, and he'll hook you up if you let him want like this or whatever." And one kid came back over. They didn't know who you were. And I was like, what? He's like, I told him, like, hey, the podcast guy, like, sent us over here. And he just kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh, you didn't probably talk to... There was two guys behind the counter, and I didn't recognize the other guy.
Yeah.
But Christian was there.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, you probably talked to the other guy. I actually don't know him. I know the owner. I don't know the other guy,
Yeah.
He's like, he just had to come back. They didn't know who you were.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
It's just funny. People make me laugh.
That's that or cry.
People watching is the best.
Oh, especially at
those kind of events.
Yeah.
Anyway, green.
Oh.
High floral to the extreme.
Oh my. I don't hate it though.
Like I'm talking like I just opened up like a bunch of essential oils, like floral.
Yeah.
I've
smelled this before somewhere. What does this smell?
I like it.
I do too.
I think that's a great nose.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm at the spa.
Yes.
Lavender.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like essential oils. All the floral essential oils just hit me at once. Yep.
Lavender, mint. A little bit of that. A little bit of like black licorice too. What is the spice that goes into black licorice? Is that
anise?
Anise.
Yeah.
Star anise.
Cat's anus.
Getting some cat's anus on this here whiskey. No, I am getting some anise though.
Beaver butt. No, there is a whiskey
Called Beaver Butt?
No, that is
Ode to Beaver Butt?
pretty much not flavored as
Flavored with beaver butt?
yes, like a secretion from like the anal glands of
No,
beaver.
it's not. Is it seriously?
Yeah. Well, and what's funny? I forget the name of it, and please help me on this. Is it's actually a common flavoring agent in a lot of foods.
No.
Like vanilla ice cream. I gotta look this up now. Hold on.
Who excreted? Who went out of
stuck their finger up a beaver's ass?
Excreted the anal juices
Beaver
from
anal
a beaver
gland
What
flavoring.
is going to happen to your algorithm from that search? You're going to get some weird stuff on Instagram after this, my guy.
Castoreum is what it's called. Castoreum has been traditionally used in Sweden for flavoring a variety of schnapps, commonly referred to as something.
Commonly referred to as I'm never the hell drinking that.
Later called like beaver snout or something.
Those beetle shells in M&Ms aren't looking so bad, are they?
Both beaver sexes have a pair of castor sacs and a pair of anal glands located in the two cavities under the skin between the pelvis and the base of the tail. The castor sacs are not true glands. On a cellular level, hence reference to these structures. It is used as a tincture in some perfumes and rarely as a food additive.
I feel like we need to read this as like Sir
In
David.
perfume. In food, in the United States, Food and Drug Administration lists castoreum extract as a generally recognized as safe food additive. In 1965, they added the castoreum extract.
Oh, they did it in the 60s? They said that you should smoke cigarettes to get rid of a cough in the 60s.
Funny enough, castoreum was also considered for use to contribute to the flavor and odor of cigarettes.
That's not good. Did you ever smell somebody who smokes like a chimney?
Yeah. Anyway.
I feel like we need
anyway,
Castoreums.
So star anus isn't sounding so bad.
No, give me some of that star anus. As long as it's not castoreum.
Hey, you'll be fine.
As they drink the anal juices of the wild Swedish beaver.
Drink that. That is an interesting flavor. What are you getting? Yeah.
Kind of tastes like it smells.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. I'm getting... Okay, so even more than the last one, this is reminding me a little bit of like a very floral gin. Lavender, pine, anise. No, it's anise. Dad, if you listen to this episode, I'm sorry. A little artificial sweetener.
Okay. Also, I found that whiskey that is, it's House of Tamworth is Tamworth Distilling. Eau de Musk. Old world flavoring technique that uses the oil extract from a castor gland of a North American beaver, which excludes a leathery raspberry taste and acts to fortify the whiskey flavors.
I just imagine. Okay.
Look at it. It's literally got a beaver on the look.
Okay, so
Eau de Musk.
When they say a leathery cherry flavor, I imagine a guy just walking up to the first beaver he's ever seen.
Tossing the old salad.
And he just picks it up, turns it around, and just sucks deeply from its butthole.
That's the mouth.
And he just goes, "Oh my," because it would have been pre-America, so it still would have been kind of British.
Steven is never going to listen to another show.
And they just go, "Good heavens! I say that's rather leather and cherry." I think we should put this in our beverages.
No, seriously, I know we're getting off on a massive tangent.
Who will love this is the Swiss.
Yes. Who? I mean, obviously, back in the day, they would always, when, they, killed an animal, they always, tried to use every part of it, right? Who took this and said, wonder what this tastes like?
Suck on some butt juice.
Anal seepage.
So delicious. Oh, yes, I love me some anal seepage.
Anywho. So this is really good. I don't hate it. There is a memory that just wants to come to the front of my brain when I smell this.
Anal seepage.
But there is another note that I'm just, God, it's just deep, just right here, and I can't pinpoint it, like a memory note for me. But this does taste exactly like it smells. Zach's going to have nightmares about beaver butts.
Nightmares or daydreams? Do you want to come over for some dinner? I'm cooking anal seepage.
Oh my God, we're off the rails. So anyway, what do you think of the whiskey?
My dad's been telling people that he knows at home. He's like, my son has a podcast. You should check it out.
Oh God, no! Please don't.
And last time I saw him, I was like, okay, they can't listen to the first 2 seasons because I was on a sweary. I did a lot of the swearies in the first 2 seasons, and I was like,
Zach drinks, he gets sweary.
And I was like, but I've been trying to rein it back in.
Uh-oh, not tonight. Oh my God.
I need Jesus.
You have Jesus, that's the problem.
I know.
Anyway,
I need more Jesus.
So, any thoughts on this?
I am torn.
Yeah. So anyway, this
one,
whatever this is,
whiskey.
Yeah, that thing.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm so confused by this. I'll be honest. On the palate, at first I was like, delicious. But then as it sat, see, I would like to use this as an ingredient in a cocktail.
I think it would be really good.
Not as the primary base of the cocktail, if that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. I would use this to add an additional layer of floral.
I think this would be really good for that.
To the cocktail. For that reason. And also, it is so different. Here's the thing. It's giving me a headache. It's so sweet. It's giving me a headache. And it's because it tastes a little artificial on the sweetener front, to me. But I also have never had anything like this before. So I'd want to have this at my bar so that I could be like...
You have had something like this before.
I have?
Yeah. Not this particular one, but you have had something like this before.
Okay. I see, I'm going to give it a Haas because I just want to have it so that anytime someone comes over, I'll be like, you have to try this.
All right. You ready?
This is going to... I feel like this would be a very divisive whiskey, though. Like, people are either, like, love this or they wouldn't be, like, into it.
94 proof.
Okay.
It's from Waterloo, which is out of Texas as well.
I've heard of Waterloo.
This is their antique gin, barrel rested.
I was on with the gin.
This is a gin. I was letting you say whiskey just because I didn't want to throw you off. But no, this was a barrel rested gin. Yeah.
This was a gin. No wonder it's giving me a headache.
No wonder it's giving you a headache. No wonder you're like, artificial sweetener. I'm like, well, they do put ingredients in.
So this isn't whiskey. This is gin.
No, this is barrel rested gin.
Explains why I've said anal seepage so much.
You said that before we even tried.
I know, but I think I've said it like twice as much since I took a drink. Gin is my nemesis because I do enjoy gin.
Especially some of this craft gin that's out there. Holy crap.
I've got a... hold on.
I gave you the one from... Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That is a barrel-rested gin.
Got the St. George Dry Rye Reposado gin, and it's delicious. It's very good. I have almost a full bottle because I cannot... Like, basically, when I have gin, I'm in for the night. It does not take a lot of gin to...
So I'm glad we're at your house.
I legitimately am too, to be completely honest. Like, I would never order gin out unless I was being driven. I remember one time I was it was actually during COVID, and Rachel and I were doing a FaceTime hang with my brother and sister-in-law. And we were doing like a cocktail night where we were just on FaceTime and we were all drinking in our houses because it was COVID and we were in quarantine. And at that point we were like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months into COVID. So I was well into wanting something strong. And that night I decided, tonight my night is the night for gin for me. I had 2 gins.
That was it.
On the rocks. I was stupid. I was just stupid. And I was like, I can have like 4 whiskeys.
Yeah.
And be like pretty okay. A little bit of water, a little bit of carbs. I'm good to drive. Gin, I don't know what it is. My body is not like metabolizing. Not today. We're just going to let this sit. We're going to send it straight into your blood. You are going to be drunky pants, Jackson.
So anyway, thank you again, Stephen, for providing these samples for us. Did not have to do that. Looking forward to hopefully connecting with you at some point.
Now that I know this is a gin, I somehow like it more.
I figured I figured you would change your tone as soon as you found out it was a gin.
When I thought it was a whiskey, I was like, this is a really sweet whiskey. Like, what is going on here? But now that I know it's not a whiskey. Okay.
Still a Haas?
Still has.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, especially for a gin. Like, see, now that I have it in the context of a gin, I'm like, wow, this is smooth. This is not overly piney.
No, it's not.
It's actually, like, if I had gone into this with the expectation of a gin, I would have been like, that's fabulous. That's fantastic. Okay. Steven, thank you so much, dude. This was truly delightful. And I actually really I feel like such like a poser right now because I'm like, I actually really like this now that I know it's a gin. But honestly, like, knowing that it's a gin instead of a whiskey, it has changed my tune. I'll freely admit that I would buy this. And I did like the artists. I did like that. I just wish it wasn't that expensive. Otherwise, I'd buy it. The Starlight was good.
And this gin on their website is $38.
Oh, yeah. Totally worth it. Definitely has.
Aged 2 years in new American white oak barrels. Glad you're back. Miss your face.
I miss your face.
Miss your musk.
Miss your scent.
Yeah, so we're going to try to keep rolling with these. Stay on schedule. We're also looking for, if anyone's still sticking around, other types of sponsors.
Charmin.
We're trying to do, I want to, I don't want to just, so on Spreaker, which is our hosting site for the podcast, right? There is a button, a monetized button that I can click right now that it will insert ads into the show randomly for us. We don't have to do anything. It just does it.
Right.
Be very easy for us to monetize off that. But I don't want an ad on there that I don't believe in or you believe in. You know what I mean?
This is too personal.
I would like to do stuff like that, but I want to give that opportunity to local businesses and stuff.
Small businesses, yeah.
I mean, we do the Frostbuddy thing. That's because we're an affiliate program thing. That's a whole,
that's different.
And I actually freaking love those. But,
no, but if you've got a product that you believe in, that you would like us to promote, that you would like us to try, let us know.
Or you're like a small business just wanting to do,
branch out a little bit.
Let us know. We're going to put some sort of like package together of like, this is what you get and everything. So, yeah.
Do it to it.
Mm-hmm.
If you still want to after this episode. This took a turn.
Or
that I was not expecting.
maybe this intrigues people more. I want my name attached to this crazy couple.
Ridiculous. To this odd couple.
Yeah, pretty much.
We are.
Anyways.
This really took a turn.
It did. It did.
Going into this, I was like, what's today's episode going to be like? I'm really tired. I don't know if this is going to
I wasn't sure what we were going to do for the first like regular episode, and then Steven dropped this on my doorstep.
No, and Steven wrote such a nice note, and we just ruined so many things. Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry, Steven. Steven! You'll wish I was dead.
Well, I guess the only other thing left to do is say, Zachary, cheers to you, buddy.
My brother. Cheers to you, brother.
And cheers to you.